What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rips Card Rips Friday night. We're ready to rip 2025 Bowman Draft Baseball. This is a sealed mega box case. Hope everybody's having a great start to the weekend. Raisin, what's going on? If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning customer, of course, welcome back. We've had a really good run with this product. It's just been absolutely awesome to us. Hobby was amazing. We ran some Super Jumbo. Those were pretty amazing for us as well. So hopefully this is just a nutso case for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. We're live on eBay Live and YouTube for your viewing pleasure. Give me just a second here. I'm getting a message. Let's see what we got. All right. Again, we're live on eBay Live and YouTube for your viewing pleasure. If you have any questions over the course of the live break, just leave them down in the comments section on either one of those channels. If you'd like to let me know what team you're rooting for, please do. If not, no worries. Sit back, relax, enjoy the break. We'll rip the 20 boxes. We'll do a recap at the end with all the hits, and we'll ship these out within a couple of business days safely and securely in bubble mailers like we always do. Again, thank you for choosing to spend some of your Friday evening here with us. We'll have a bunch of Series 1 next week. We've got... What's up, Travis? We've got Series 1 next week. We've got Jumbo. We've got Hobby. We've got Retail Easter Egg Tins. We've got all sorts of Series 1 next week. It's not my favorite to sort and ship, but we will be here for you guys. I know everybody loves it. So if you love baseball, come on back and hang out. Save us as a seller on eBay. That's the best way to know when our breaks go live. If you're here for UFC, that's going to run right after this one. We also have UFC tomorrow, and then I am off for the Super Bowl. No breaks. Just going to enjoy the football game that I actually don't really care about. Don't like either team, but I'm going to watch it with the fam. My kids are excited to stay up and watch the Super Bowl. Good luck, guys. Again, if you want to let me know what team you're rooting for, please do. If not, no worries. Enjoy the break either way. I've heard these are amazing from some people, and I've heard they're horrendous from other people. I guess it kind of depends on your case. Hopefully we have one of the wild cases. Haven't watched anybody rip them, so bear with me. I know it's a first-time product. I know the Bowman and Bowman Chrome mega boxes have been pretty rough the last couple of years, so I kind of expected them to do right by these, but let's see. I'll judge for myself. I don't ever like to formulate an opinion based on what someone else rips. I always like to formulate my own. So let's do that. Let's have a crazy case, and let's get more of it if it's awesome. Again, 20 megas. Probably 45 minutes or so on the rip. We show every card, we ship every card. I don't read you every name. You guys don't need me to do that. Empty. All right. Let's get these sorted out so I can see what I'm doing. We'll get ripping. A lot of cards. Actually, not that many cards, a lot of boxes. All right. I assume it's our usual format with a bunch of garbage packs and then the two that matter. Not my style. There we go. All right, here we go. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Let's do it. I got to give a quick shout out to my man Adriano. I'm rooting for your San Diego Padres tonight, my man Adriano. Good luck to you. Hope all is well with you. You got a great uncle over there. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Thank you so much for joining the break. Again, shout out to Adriano. Good luck, man. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Good packs. Again, I haven't ripped this, so you guys probably know better than me. Are the other packs just BS like they are in the others? Jimenez, Becker, Higgins, Smith. I mean, I assume they're decent. I don't know if you can get refractors. I guess we're going to just find out together. They got these, the lasers. All right, Seam, Franklin, Blake Mitchell, Kane Kepley, laser. Laser. Are those sharks with freaking laser beams? Walcott. Hughes, Cunningham. Again, all these cards are shipping, guys. We're going to show them all to you, but we're going to fly through the base packs. We'll get your lasers lasered up. JT Quinn for the O's. Well, hi. Kind of a lame night in sports. No good basketball on. Hockey's done. This is a tough time of year. I got the Waste Management Phoenix Open, which is always exciting, but it's a rough time of year. Jake Cook, Millar, Neville, Nolan Schubart, and an in-action Dax Kilby. All Mojos. Yanks. And let's see if we can find something numbered here. Unless there's a base auto in here. Nope. Davalon and Dax Kilby. All right. Not a great start, but let's get the crappy ones out of the way. Let's get the crappy ones out of the way. What's the hit rate, guys? Have you guys watched a bunch of cases? My man Funk said that the one case he watched was rough. But I saw a bunch of people hyping these up all over social media saying they were amazing, so who knows? I generally trust Funk. He knows better than most. But auto every 2.5 boxes. Interesting. That would be great. So you're telling me that Funk saw a case with one auto, and you're seeing 6, 7 autos a case? That's a pretty big discrepancy. Jacob Reimer. You mean an auto or a numbered card, or an auto, specifically an auto? Theron. Mitch Voigt. Is Arsenal in this? No, they are not in baseball. CJ and Gray. Laser. A giant laser. 4 autos. Okay. All right, we're all over the board. Well, let's have 6 autos. Let's do that. Are autos backwards? Hammond, Petrie. Ryan Weidman for the Pods. Zero. That was a nice tease. Tyler Bremer. Angels. That was a tease. What the hell was that? I hate when they randomly throw a backwards card in. You're like, ooh. Ooh, this is going to be fun. All right, 2 crappy ones in a row. Bellew, Dom Reed, Jimenez, Ty Harvey, and Jesus. All right, we're getting the bad ones out of the way. If you're just joining us, we're just getting started. We got 20 of these bad boys tonight. This is the end of Bowman draft for me. I ended up not getting any more in. If this case happens to be bonkers, maybe I'll get another case of it. But with Series 1 coming out, there's so many products. They're just rifling products out every week. So I don't even know that I'll have time between work travel and this to even run any more of it. But we'll see. I have really enjoyed this product. Brynmont, Laser. Slade C. Jackson Wiggins. Jamie Arnold. Walker Janik laser. All your lasers will be sleeved and loaded when we ship them to you. You regulars know that. But just for the sake of the live break, I'd like to get you through the case in a nice amount of time without watching me sleeve and load cards all night. Ethan Hedges, first laser. Rockies. All right, let's see something here. Come on. Nayans. Where are the hits? Are they in the back? JoJo's a nice one. Devin Taylor, Easton Carmichael, Cody Miller. Gold or yellow? Yellow. Either way, we'll take a numbered card. Fisher, Gavin, St. Louis, Jack Gurovich to 7-5. All right, we're on the board. Just took us 3 of them. Took us 3, but now we can get hot. Jack Gurovich. Where are the autos, guys? Are they in the 4 spot in pack 2? Usually there's a rhyme or reason to this. In the Mojos, yeah, I know that. I just mean, are they in the 4 spot? Are they in the back? Travis Sikora. 4 usually. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Yandel Ricardo. CJ Gray. Charlie Condon. Laser. Bonham. Yeah, man. Trevor Cullen. We got another laser. Laser is Briggs McKenzie. B-Mac. All right, come on. Let's see something. Paul, what's up? Can be hits in both packs. That'd be nice. There's a nice Eli. Neville Schubart. Mason Morris. Nice Eli. Gage Wood, Davalon, Nick Becker, Tanner Franklin, and George Lombard Jr. All right, so 1 numbered card out of 4. This is kind of what I remember out of years past. Hopefully we don't go down this road again. Don't taint me on the product. I've loved it so far. Come on, let's get hot. Let's get hot. Funk, I don't know I'm not familiar with your YouTube name. You threw me off with your is Arsenal in this. I love it. Is Marcus Stroman in here? Is Stroman in this checklist? Rock Riggio. Lasers. Joshua Kuroda Grauer. Ike Irish. Ty Harvey. Ty Harvey for the Pods first. Well, we'll see, Travis. Hopefully you're right. I want the case to be absolutely nutso, but right now it's kind of a shocking reminder of what they were like in years past. George Lombard, Max Willie, Jansen, Ben Jacobs, and Aiden West. They do open nicely, though. Let's see. We got a purple, plum crazy purple. George Lombard, Yaswar, Josh Owens, Cooper Fleming. We're going to Texas. It is an auto. It is Josh Owens. Felt like he was a pitcher. Is he a batter and a pitcher? This guy a doctor and a pilot? Yeah, shortstop and a pitcher. Interesting. Anybody know what movie I was quoting? Is this guy a doctor and a pilot? I think I want to hook up with this guy. What movie? Anybody know? If you can name it, if you can name that movie, I'll give you a free spot. First one only. Airplane? Nope. Good guess, though. It's a 90s comedy. Early 2000s. 10 seconds on the giveaway if anybody's going to get it. Spencer Jones, laser. Joseph, what's going on, my man? A-Town Down. Road Trip? No, good guess, but it was a movie similar to that. Nobody really saw it, though. It was kind of a cult classic comedy. There's a Billy Carlson laser. That's a nice one. The movie was Out Cold. Out Cold was Zach Galifianakis. One of my favorite 90s comedies. Out Cold. It's such a good movie. God, I might watch that after the break. I got to coach basketball at 10 a.m. though, which means I got to get up early. Got to get up at 7, have some coffee, get going a little bit. There's no way I can watch Out Cold, is there? We'll see. Yeah, Comedy Central used to play that a lot. We used to watch it in college all the time. Shows you how old I am. Hartshorn, Murph Gray, Trevor Cohen, Morrison, and Landon Vidoric. Capital City Cards and Collectibles, LLC. What's up? Jamie Arnold, Elian Pena, JT Quinn, JD Thompson, and my man Jay B. Middleton. All right, we got 14 more of these bad boys left. 1 auto, 1 numbered card out of 6. 1 in 3 hit rate so far. Everybody's going nuts over retail again. Everyone's looking for Optic. I wonder how Optic will do. I saw somebody post that they hit a white Pandora Uptown of Jackson Dart. People are saying it's like a $6,000, $7,000 card at a retail. So I guess I get why people are going nuts over it. But I've also seen a lot of people complaining about how bad it is. George Lombard laser. I usually only take my kids to look for basketball, but it's pretty readily available when blasters are $50. You can get a blaster of Topps Chrome anywhere around here. They're everywhere. But I just don't pay $50 for blasters. Maury laser. For like the Pokemon stuff, like if you go to Target by me and you happen to see the person restocking, there's like a 20-person line of people waiting for the lady to restock. I'm like, you guys can. I don't even know anything about Pokemon, but it's not worth waiting in that line. It's like being back in the pandemic. There's a Seth, Yost, Josh Hammond, Ethan Petrie, Ike Irish. I feel like the inserts are a bad sign. Ty Harvey for the Pods, Billy Carlson. Once you see the insert, you know you have a crappy box. That's the sign of a shitty box. Insert, bad box. If you catch an inaction, your box is done. That's what I've noticed through the 7 boxes I've opened. Seven boxes tell me if you get an inaction, you're not doing great. Caleb Wing, I wish you could catch an image variation or something cool. Aaron Watson. Wish you could catch anything cool in these besides just the lasers. That would really bump the product. I know a lot of LCSs are trying to sell these for $70 a pop. It's a really tough rip at 70 a pop, if you ask me. Really tough rip. But, hey, that's why I don't own an LCS. Thought about it at one point. Easton Carmichael. A Jansen. First laser. Ethan Fry. Caden Bodine. This is Mega Box number 8, if you're counting along at home. There's Franklin Arias. All right, no insert. We don't want a die cut. No die cut. All right, that's a good sign. No die cut is good. I think I know whose foot that is. Nope, Brandon Compton. Damn it, insert's not good. Kason Cunningham, Steele Hall, Ryan Mitchell, Murph, George Lombard. All right. 8 to go. 2 hits out of 8. 25% hit rate. No bueno. No bueno so far. Again, if you're just joining us, guys, welcome to Rips Card Rips. It's been a tough case so far. Hopefully, if you just got here, you're going to be the one to get us going. Johnny Slaw. Johnny Slaw. Case and C. Steele Hall. Bogey Golf 83. What's up? Theo G. Ethan Petrie. Cooper Pratt. Ike. Dax. Kepley, Hedges, Gurvich. I feel like there's an insert on the back, but we got a green. We got some green. Okay, we're back, baby. JoJo, Caden Kent, Leo. We're going to the Mets. Non-auto first, Antonio Jimenez. All right. All right. Ah, sorry, Antonio. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. Yes, it does, Mr. Torrio. It sure does. With all the different retail places they're pumping product into now between Dick's Sporting Goods and Barnes & Noble and everything else, I mean, I'm not a math guy in terms of doing the numbers on the print runs, but print runs on everything have to be just astronomical. I actually wonder if we're in, like, I think we are in a junk wax era in terms of base cards, but I mean, I think you'd be crazy not to realize that, but when there's demand, you know, people are paying these Cooper Flag, X-Fractors, I mean, the price these things are going for is just, it's unreal. So, where there's demand, it doesn't really matter. Junk wax or not. There's Ty Harv. Dom Reed. Hey, Doc. What's up? What's up, Doc? What's that? Tweety Bird? Is he the one that says, what's up, Doc? I miss Saturday morning cartoons. Wish that was still a thing. It's like Saturday morning brain rot or Saturday morning video games or whatever. No. Saturday morning cartoons were awesome. E. Conrad, Cubbies. Bugs. Thank you. Thank you for the correction. Bowman WWE. Is that going to be a thing? Slaw. All right, come on. Let's see something here. Yes. Numbered cards everywhere. Liam Doyle, Ethan Fry, Rye Wide, Jesus. Mets again. Another non-auto. This one's Ellie and Pena, but damn nice on the color match. Nice EP. Mets. A couple Mets hits in a row. Mets. All right, we're halfway home. We got 4 out of 10. One auto. The auto is numbered. Not loving the hit rate. Doc does love Bowman. Christopher, what's up, man? Bowman WWE. Can you imagine you get your first Bowman cards of, I don't even know who, Joe Hendry? I haven't watched WWE in a while, but I did watch the end of the Royal Rumbles. I don't watch it anymore because, A, I can't get the cards. Can't get the cards. Ike Irish. Can't get the cards, so it doesn't really matter. And my kids have stopped watching it for now. They're much heavier into basketball and football, which I'm happy about. But I do miss watching wrestling. At least the paper, or not the pay-per-views, but the big events. They were fun. They were fun. Miguel Seam Jr. The dog to come downstairs. The dog went to the groomer today, Travis, and he is pissed. He actually, I have a 13-year-old King Charles Cavalier that my wife and I got when we lived in a condo before kids, and he is just, he's a crotchety old man now, but at the groomer, he used to get to go to Tori, who was the nice groomer, and 2 visits ago, he goes quarterly, 2 visits ago, Tori called, and she was like, yeah, Miles is kind of becoming an asshole. So we're going to have to send him to Carol from now on. And I was like, oh, man. Carol. And Carol's rough. But, yeah, Miles spent the day with Carol, and he is not in a good mood. He's in his bed. Ethan Petrie, Max Bellew. But Miles, yeah, he does not like the groomer. He doesn't like the car. He just doesn't like anything out of his normal daily routine. We got a green. We're on a little hot streak here. Rockies, Max Bellew. I feel like we hit this guy all the time, Maxie B. But I like that we're seeing numbered cards. I'm okay with numbered cards. You want to keep hitting us with numbered cards? Keep going. All right, let's spread these out. Got to get some longer arms. I think that ship has sailed, though. I don't think the arms are going to get any longer at this point. All right, here we go. What do we got? 9 of these to go. We're starting to get hot with numbered cards. Let's see an auto. Now I got to buy a new streaming service. All right. But yeah, Miles is good luck for you, Travis. If he comes down, I'll let you know. Mason Pete. Mason Pete. What are the 1-of-1s in this? I know there's like a navy blue that looks like it's black, but it's navy blue. Rose gold. Thank you, Pack. Like I said, I haven't watched anyone rip it. There's Eli. There's Waldschmidt. Yeah, I don't have ESPN Unlimited. I had ESPN Plus. I think I still do with my Disney bundle or whatever dumb bundle that is, but I only had that for the UFC. Now the UFC is over wherever on Paramount Plus, which I also have. So I'm not trying to get anything else. Nick Becker, Tanner Franklin, Griffin Hughes, Gage Wood, Eli. What do these go for? 35, 40 bucks, these Eli's? This week. Those are good gradable. Rose gold. Come on, let's stay hot. Maybe the back card's an auto, just a base auto. We'll take a base auto if we can get one. Davalon, Becker, damn it, Franklin. All right, 8 to go. 8 to go again, guys. If you want to see what we're ripping in the future, save us as a seller on the bay. 10 to 15, that seems cheap. Save us as a seller on the bay. Mostly player breaks, but we're going to run some team breaks here and there. If you're sick of the people on Whatnot screaming and yelling at you to bid higher, we just list them on eBay. They go for what they go for. Nobody yells at you. Nobody whines. Nobody tells you what to write in the chat. Heart's Horn. But if you want to get yelled at and told you need to spend more money, head on over to Whatnot. They are notorious for that. Phillips. Nate George. Ty Harv. Tate and Gray. Michael Selena. I meant to try to get some Topps Chrome tennis today. I always like to rip a case of that. I wanted to rip a case of it. I just forgot. Completely forgot. I had too much stuff going on with work. Steel Hall. Noon is never a good time for me. It's always a conference call or something going on. Come on. Let's see a double hit. Paul told me we could hit 2. Compton. I think Paul might have lied to me. Sean Gamble. Paul, did you lie to me? I don't like being lied to. Cunningham, Steel Hall, Ryan Mitchell, Murph Gray, and Eli. Insert. 7 to go. We've only got the 5 numbered cards out of 13. We are far. We're not at 50%. I don't know. I got to be honest, guys. If I saw these on the shelf at 50, I would leave them there. So far. I'll give you my full opinion after the case, but right now it seems like you're getting about $8 back a box on the ones that aren't hitting anything. No, you didn't. Brady. Those words would never come out of your mouth. Breaker. Maybe. Good. I don't know about that. It's a lot of nonsense. Davalon. Malcolm Moore. Bomber. Yeah, I'd say average. I was always more of a C student. Yeah, I got to start yelling at the spots more. Adonis Guzman for the Pirates. Come on, let's see an auto. Let's see something to get somebody excited. It's Friday night. Super Bowl weekend. Yeah, it's the kiss of death, I think. Kate Anderson, Obermueller, Connor Griffin, Miguel, and Gavin Fiend. Paul, which spot do you have? I don't even remember. I know you have a spot. I just don't remember. I would have thought it would have been Oakland, but I don't think you have Oakland. Although you probably don't want me rooting for you. Harmon, Lampkin, Briggs, McKenzie, Gavin. I love Seattle in the Super Bowl, minus the 4.5. I love Seattle. I think everyone's going to bet New England. I think the whole world is going to bet New England, and I think I'm going to hammer Seattle. I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan as of right now. Seattle minus 4.5, and I might even move it to 11, and I might even move it to 10.5. Let them cover the teasers. Everybody likes to throw money on teasers in the big game, so that's when you know whoever wins is probably going to win by enough to not let the teasers cover. Yeah, I like both. But I might even like it 10.5. I think they might just roll. We'll see. I read a big article that said that the sports books were praying New England would get in because they take so much New England money in the Super Bowl. New England has such a rowdy fan base, and everybody loves to bet them. There were people that actually were upset that Drake May didn't win the MVP. Like, you guys must be watching a different game than me. That was the least MVP season I think I've ever seen. Is he an average to above average quarterback? Sure. In his second year, he's got a long way to go to prove that he can be an elite quarterback. C.J. Stroud looked like an MVP a couple years ago. In the last couple of years, he's been horrendous. Give me a couple years of it. But, man, people that were hurt that he didn't win the MVP, whew, bless you. Bless you. He's no MVP. I can tell you that. If you're watching the games and you thought he was the MVP, you got to find a new sport. Jamie Arnold, Zach Root, Marcus Phillips. Can we see something cool here? Marlins looks like an auto. It is Brandon Compton. Nice one out of 150. I played the weakest schedule in the history of the NFL. He looked absolutely awful last week. That was one of the worst quarterbacked games I've seen on both sides. Obviously, the weather wasn't great, but even when the weather was fine in the first half, it was awful. Absolutely awful. What's the Raiders now? There was like literally people freaking out. Like, how could he not win? It's like, dude, how is he even in the conversation? This is a better question. Like, the most valuable player in the NFL, I don't care. I'm not a fan of this team or this player. The most valuable player this year was Josh Allen. It's not even close. Wasn't even a conversation. I'm not sure there's ever been a more clear-cut MVP. Anyone who voted otherwise should lose their right to vote. If they took Josh Allen off that team, I'm not sure if they win a game. Honestly, like, a lot of times I say, like, this is just my opinion, it's not right, but this is correct. If you put Drake May on the Bills, they win like 6 games, maybe. Kyle Lotus. And I get it. They didn't make it, so he didn't win, but he's the MVP. The most valuable player to your team? Yes. That's him. He's the one. Stafford would have been 2 for me. But Drake May would have been like 17. But hey, good for him. Seems like a nice kid. I hope he does well in his career. It's not like he has a whole bunch of great receivers to throw to. It's not even about that. It's just like he wasn't, when you watch the games, you weren't like blown away with him. Like, oh my God, he's the reason they're winning. The reason they were winning is because their coaches were better than everybody else's. Their schemes were better than everybody else's. They ran the ball great. Defense was great. Quentin Young, very good football team. Really well-coached football team, but there's no way your takeaway watching those games was Josh Allen has no receivers. He doesn't have any receivers. No one. They literally had to get Brandon Cooks back playing again. Dodgers, non-auto. Landon Vidoric. Nice color match there. And he has Stephon Diggs, who is a Pro Bowler. Josh Allen doesn't have any Pro Bowlers. He did run for the most first downs in the league. Well, that's an exciting stat. That just means that teams were so not worried about his arm that they completely forgot about him on third downs. And they're like, good luck. Good luck reading this defense, dude. We'll just sit in zone, and we know you won't be able to figure it out. Oh, wait, you'll just run. I'm just messing around, but I just think that the Drake May card market, I've done this with a bunch of quarterbacks. If you can't show it to me for 2-3 years, I think it's so crazy the way people buy quarterbacks. Mike Serrata, I think it's crazy. I did this with C.J. Stroud. I did it with Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence. Like all these guys, everybody just wants every quarterback to be the next Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. And the newsflash is none of them are. Joe Burrow isn't. Mahomes' stats over the last couple of years without elite offensive line play and a prime Kelsey and prime Tyreek Hill, not very good. Not very good. He's the one I would buy, Scoop him. He's the one I would buy. That dude's tough. I love what he did at the end of the year. Tyler Shock. What a stud he is. He's the only one I would be buying out of this class. I don't know if his stuff's going nuts or what, but it's tough. But, man, I like what the coaching staff there did. He looked so good at the end of the year. So good. That's my guy. He's the MVP. Imagine winning games with that roster. He should have won the MVP over Drake May. Ryan Weidman, Jesus. What is that? Interesting. We got an inaction in the 4 spot. I don't know if you can get autos, but maybe we can get a numbered one. McGonigal, Bazana, AJ Russell. Come on, let's see something cool. Looks like we got a fuchsia. Yanks. Dax Kilby to 199. It's a cool looking card. All right, we need 2 more autos out of the last 3 boxes for me to not be down on the product. Not that it matters if I am or not, but I'm just biased because I'm 43, so I grew up watching Montana into Steve Young, Elway, Favre, and then into Manning, Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, like just the greatest set of quarterbacks you could ever dream of. And everybody wanted to anoint Burrow. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes is great, but I'm so sad watching a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold and Drake May. I think it's so boring and blah. It was like watching, who was it, years ago? Like, I love when there's a great quarterback in the game. I don't care if they win. I just love to get to watch the great quarterback. It's just where I land. It doesn't matter what my opinion is, but Mahomes last year was in the game. Like, Jalen Hurts is not a great quarterback, but at least Mahomes was in the game. So if you hated Mahomes or you're rooting against the dynasty, at least you had something to root against. It's like in this game, the casual fan, like, what are you tuning in to root for? You're not watching greatness at the quarterback position. You're watching pretty aggressive defenses with really good coaching staffs, but, like, I don't know. I think it's tough. I think it's a tough watch. But everybody wanted to anoint Joe Burrow. Like, oh, Joey B. Joe Burrow scored 0 points with a fully healthy offense at home against Baltimore in week 16 this year. I'm sorry, week 17. It's like, I don't even know how that's possible to score 0 points with his receivers. Cubbies, blue, Josiah Hartshorn. Nice one. First to 150. The wall's starting to look pretty good, but Out of 20 of these, what do we see? 8 numbered cards. Maybe we get one more numbered card and a nice low numbered auto, and then I'll have a different opinion. If these are both dud boxes, I don't know. Let's see what we got. As my friend Doc G knows, when the case is a little rough, sometimes we talk quarterbacks. It's kind of our crutch here. I like to get people going. I had a guy get really mad at me a couple years ago telling me that the Lions were going to beat the Ravens one night. Remember that, Doc G? The guy was like, "You're an idiot. I'd bet you anything you want." And then the Ravens just rolled them the next day. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. But, man, I never get mad if someone's opinion is different than mine. If you have a different opinion of me, that's cool. I love it. So it makes the world go round. So I keep telling my kids, like, my son's like, "Why do you like watching the UFC?" I'm like, "I don't know. It was on when I was in college. I started watching a reality show." He's like, "Why do you like watching people get punched in the face?" I'm like, "I don't. Like, in person, I don't ever want to see anybody get punched in the face. But on TV, I think it's awesome." He's like, "I'd rather watch basketball." I'm like, "That's awesome, dude. At your age, I didn't even know there was such a thing as fighting. But you don't have to like it. It's great." Oh, I'm ready for the fights tomorrow. Good fight card tomorrow. Christopher. Max Williams. There we go. Let's see what we got. Nick Becker. Tank Abbott. Max Clark. One of the first fight, I think the first fight I saw was one of the Hoyt Gracie ones. Can we see a base auto? Just a normal base auto. Connor G, Max Willie, Jansen, Ben Jacobs, and Aiden West. We got one more. All right. Oh, you're a Bengals fan, Krista. That's right. You're a big Joey B guy. You got to be a Joey B guy. You're from Cincy. It's all right. I'm an Ohio State fan. I still don't like Joe Burrow. I still don't like Joe Burrow. I actually like Joe Burrow, the person. I think he's a cool dude, but last box coming at you. Travis Sikora. All right. I give Kevin crap about Joe Burrow all the time, so don't feel bad. Hey, it's nothing miserably. At least they've been fun to watch. Could be from Cleveland or root for the Browns. Could be from Cleveland or root for the Browns. You want to talk about misery. Yaswar Gonzalez. I like him. Big fan of his. He's a buy guy for me. All right, can we end with an auto for somebody? Make somebody's Friday night. Come on, good luck. I feel like I saw an insert in the back there, which is not a good sign. Compton, Kevin McGee. Unless it's a base auto, we didn't get anything here. Nope. Connor Griffin. So 8 numbered cards or autos out of 20. It's a pretty tough rip, guys. Pretty tough rip, in my humble opinion. My strong opinion is leave them if you see them on the shelf, but if you want to gamble, I guess there's worse stuff you could rip. McGonigal, Tigers, Gonzalez, Giants, Piacentin, Jays, Lombardi, KC, Cuso, Mets. Dax is out of 199. Sorry, 9 numbered cards. Reed, Mayura, Slowinski, Jansen, Watson, Ike, Jimenez, Billy Carlson, Ty Harvey, Eli, Briggs, Hedges, Tyler Bremner, CJ Gray, and Dax K. Yeah, I told you these were rough in other products. Quinn, Kepley, Williams, Curley, Fouch, Arnold. Funk said he saw 1 auto. Lotus, Doyle, Fiend, Guzman, Ebel, Hall, Tate and Gray, Hartshorn, Eli, Peters, Maldonado, Seam, Ike, and Conrad. We got greens. You got a Jimenez, first to 99 for the Mets. Bellew to 99, Rocks. Blue, firsts. Vidoric is a nice one for the Dodgers. 24 out of 150. Hartshorn, 26 out of 150. Pena, 118 out of 150. We got one yellow. It's Gurovich for the Cards. And our two autos, Josh Owens to 199, Twins, and Brandon Compton to 150, Marlins. Not a great case. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week for Series 1. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves.